Happy time zone, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. Welcome back to Zelda Speedruns. Great to have you with us this Thursday. Today we got some more Zelda 2 randomizer action for you with this round 1 matchup in the standard tournaments between drjayphd and Xarnax42. Both of these runners looking to put their first stamp in the brackets. We'll see what happens. Without further ado, I'm going to shut up and leave things in the hands of your wonderful commentator today, Mirai.
Hello, everyone. Mirai on comms and Mirai on tracking here for this early evening, 6:30 p.m. Eastern race, although everyone's in a different time zone, so depending on where you are, might not be early evening. Yes, this is game 1 of a round 1 brackets matchup between Dr. J and Xarnax here. Dr. J coming out of Swiss, seeded 23rd, Xarnax seeded 10th. So week 1 matchups, again, pretty lopsided, all things considered here. But Dr. J's got a little bit of a hill to climb here to get past Xarnax. Dr. J gonna probably be doing the standard Dr. J stuff where he likes to full clear a lot. Well, we'll see if that helps him out in the long run here in this race. Xarnax maybe gets tripped up on something along the way, and Dr. J maybe then passes him by. But we'll see what our biomes, what our game, what our seed has in store for all of us here in just a few. We'll be dropping the gate in just a moment. Hashes have been confirmed. Just making sure the race room is good to go here. We also have another race happening in about 30 minutes, but unfortunately he's not going to get a restream currently. We'll work on getting a VOD restream out of the Discord at some point in the future for anyone looking to catch the Tudor and Gob race. That's very true. Slamu in chat pointing out that Xarnax using a power pack has had some issues in the past with the power pack not causing a bit of issues and some freezing, some crashing. So honestly, if that happens, Xarnax knows what he's getting into. He's talked about this before numerous times. He's had this happen in tournament races. Sometimes his opponent is, if it happens early enough, willing to re-roll the seed and play it again. Other times, Xarnax just simply concedes and forfeits, knowing that he can't keep expecting his opponent to just keep restarting the races if his hardware continues to act up. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Countdown has begun there. We're going to get the last minutes entry from Xarnax here. And here we go. Okay, immediately out of the North Palace here, we got 2 towns. Reflect for free, also surrounded by a few caves, looking kind of vanilla-like. We'll see if we have that correct. That woman knows nothing. Xarnax gonna be checking hints. I think Dr. J just kind of blew by these houses here. Easy reflect pickup here. This is a required spell, seeing as we need to place all 6 gems, defeat all 6 bosses and all the 6 standard palaces before we get entry to GP. However, fire might be reflected today. We'll see what our combined fire spell is at some point later down the line. Yeah, we can't even check it right now. It is 69 to cast reflect, so we can't even check to see if it is fire. But there's Fire Town in Mito. Last hint. Oh, it is a caldera. Vertical caldera. No hints in Raru there. All right, so that means we're going to have a kind of a shrunk down space here on the south side, a shrunk down space on the north side, as the caldera itself tends to take up a lot of space. We're into Pillar P-Bag Cave here on Dr. J's side. Xarnax looks like he's playing the hints game here. He's going in to the first house. Nope, nothing there. Unfortunately, that is the only hint in Mito. Oh, we're going to get the hint for the medicine, though, it looks like. Dr. J seeing the beanstalks here in the dark. Did take a death a moment ago. 500-point P-Bag, small enemy drop pool, easy game, let's go. Didn't even see what the medicine was. I'm watching Xarnax's All right, looks like P3. Rebo with the medicine. Xarnax and Dr. J both have the same Angry Larry's tracker on their stream. You can't see it, but I can, so I'm going to be relying on that a little bit to pick up the slack where I miss. And of course, just a pea bag there in Pillar Pea Bag Cave. Xarnax, I think, getting bopped from another beanstalk behind the... Oh, no, guess not. Is it a bouncy cat? It's a bouncy cat. Of course it is. Xarnax wants these Dyras. I don't blame him. They could be worth 30, which is minimum. They could be worth 150, which is max. Just 50 today, though. Medicine Cave right next door with the 2 big fat pea bags that Dr. J got. Yeah, he's well equipped for this. 3-2-2 already, less than 3 minutes into the game here. Xarnax gonna hopefully, wow. So here's the thing. We're hoping Xarnax, he's gonna get this kill here coming up. Yeah, okay, good. The death was good because he's not gonna take the death if he gets the bag to drop and then takes the death, he doesn't get the bag, right? So another item cave here on the south side of our caldera. A 200-point pea bag there. I think we're gonna see it right here on Xarnax's side. There it is, $500 for him. We'll see how he divvies it up. We have Flute in Magic Container Cave. All right, so 223 right there on that first 500. Here's another big bag coming up for Xarnax. Yeah, not as big, just 200. We did see the 200 also in the small enemy drop pool, so 500s, 200s at a minimum in the small enemy drop pool. This south-facing cave going to be hard container cave, 4 item caves on the south side of our vertical caldera today. This could also be another cave right here. Okay, it is to the maze. And we do have Saria. We're going to check Saria before we do anything else. $100 P bag there for Dr. J. Backside, Spelltown. Okay. I think we could just walk around, if I'm not mistaken, on the top side. Xarnax going to be joining Dr. J here in Hard Container Cave. Hasn't seen Medicine Cave just yet. He up and aid out of there. Raft in here. Could be maze to the raft tile. All right, Dr. J seeing the maze as well. Going to be checking Saria. Backside again, Spelltown. Xarnax with the up and A's here. Also the grass tile. Oh my god, this southern side is absolutely stacked with item spots here. Xarnax going to be missing that. What is this going to be that he's missing? It's going to be the cross. Well, if this bridge goes east and we're traveling around in the east, he's not going to check the bridge right now. Orange Lozolfo could be worth up to 300 in this flag set. Dr. J going to walk around and get the spell here. Dr. J also skipping the hint there. We're getting 3 or 6 on Maze Island, our first palace sighting. $50 for the red iron knuckles, not worth it. Especially not so when you've got 500-point P bags in the small enemy drop pool here. I think we're going to fight the oranges. Yep. Looks like one hit botting these guys, life 4, is worth 3 containers of damage. And it looks like they were only worth about 100 there. Dr. J refusing to acknowledge the existence of these NPCs in these towns here. And we have a bridge that goes to DM. All right, well, we've got some options. That could very well be a Caldera DM with possibly the raft tile on the other side that takes us east. It's also possible that the top side of our Caldera on the west has a raft tile that takes us east, but right now we've got bridge and cave, so we still have raft tile and cave available as continent connectors. We're only going to need one of those to function to take us to the east, so the other one might be a dud. They might both go to the east. Who knows? We're going to see the bigger picture here as the seed moves on. 150 for the oranges. Okay. Yeah, I thought actually I did question it because it was 50 from the red iron knuckle and then some number from the orange, and he had 200, so I was assuming I might have been wrong on that. So yeah, 150 from the oranges. It is a one-sided caldera here, so actually if we don't have a pass-through on the south side, it is GP in there as well. If we don't have a pass-through on the south side, then we will need our last two connectors because one of them is going to take us to the top side of our western caldera, and the other one's going to take us east. So we might be using all 4 connectors today. All right, Xarnax is going to look around in a few more of these caves here. This is going to be Magic Container Cave, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. It's going to be his flute, assuming he gets through here. Dr. J in... Oh, is he walking it back through Parappa Cave here? I think he's walking it back. Oh, money bag in the hole. That's a 2-hundo, as Dr. J is showing us there. You can get that. It's a little tricky, though. He does get it. All right. We still haven't seen what's in Medicine Cave. That could be a key. That could be a key. That could be something else for progression. All right, here's Medicine Cave. 324 for Xarnax walking in here. We got Bago Bagos. A little annoying in the dark. And Dr. J poking his head in there again. Does not opt to go in. Again, with both of our runners using trackers, they're also very familiar with the game just in general. So I don't think Dr. J is just going to forget all about Medicine Cave there. And Xarnax taking a death, unfortunately. But Bago Bagos, honestly, if you're going to farm P-Bags, well, there's one there. Is it back to 500? No, so we go 500, 200, 100 in our P-Bags in the small enemy drop pool. So we'll see how long it takes to wrap around to the 500s again. But I was just about to say, this is the place, you know, if you can find some sort of generating enemies like Bago Bagos that are part of the small enemy drop pool, then another 100 there, then this is a great place to farm. We're getting a little beat up, though. Speaking of beat up, Dr. J taking a death there against that Zora. Yeah, we haven't seen either item on Maze yet either, so I think Dr. J is going to be out here showing us this first, although we're going to get a chance to see what's in Medicine Cave in just a moment. Looking trophy-like? It's a magic key, okay. Speaking of progression, there it is. So we might go into the Caldera here on Xarnax's side. I think that's where we're headed. Are we missing a cave on Xarnax's side? No, we're not. Okay, both of our runners just missing Trophy Cave. Between them, Dr. J missing Medicine Cave. And that is going to be his progression. So the interesting thing is Dr. J might see P3/6 here on the maze and decide to dive it out of logic. This is kind of a Dr. J signature move where he just jumps into palaces from time to time, kind of hoping he'll find some keys along the way. Again, that's not specifically in logic. That is a gamble that any runners more than it's totally their option to take that gamble. But seeing as the key once again is just sitting in Medicine Cave, he's gonna have to get himself back in there, and then he'll be much better off. That key is a really great thing to find over the fairy spell, in my opinion. A little buffering on Dr. J's side on my dashboard here. As Xarnax also getting the note that we got okay. Yeah, we saw GP on Xarnax's side, so he's got that information. We're going back to Death Mountain. We're not going to jump into that 3/6. So it's not a caldera, my mistake. This is a vertical, horizontal river canyon, is what this is looking like actually on Xarnax's side. So no boots to traverse this horizontal river canyon. This is a biome for DM that has recently been enabled. It wasn't enabled before in the past, but has recently made a showing here in a few races. This one in particular, a lot of fun here, of course, always. And Dr. J at 323. Not sure if he picked anything up, any P-bags or anything on the way there in between any interruptions we had. 334 on Xarnax's side. There's a beanstalk, yep. And I'm not sure if, looks like Dr. J's tracker doesn't have either of the items on the maze yet either, so we're looking for those as well. Oh, here's Hammer Cave for Xarnax. We're jumping in. Looks like I got a little bit of a teleport on Dr. J's side backwards, so. There's the 500-point P-bag wrapping around in the small enemy drop pool. First item on Maze Island. Heart, okay. Xarnax still has a few screens to go through. Looks like a red Dyra just slammed him in the face with an axe, so it's his first death there. We do have a castable reflect, okay. That is going to stop our Dyra Axe's hammer in here as well. Heart and hammer. Well, that would have helped Xarnax in Death Mountain here. Spec Rock could hold something interesting like the boots, which would make this traversing this biome a whole lot easier. Oh wow, is that another red Dyra just chilling there? There's Dr. J's 500 pointer. It was another red Dyra just chilling in the way. Okay. I missed how much these guys were worth. We're just going to push him off the screen. Okay. Could be Xarnax might be up. Well, I'm assuming he's up and A out of here. He'll probably come back. Maybe check the maze for some items. We've got so many spots to check early on here. This is great. Runners like to see this, right? You like to get a lot of checks out of the way. Xarnax doing the old despawn trick here in the final cave of Hammer Cave. Removing that first enemy there in case it's another red Dyra that's blocking the path. 200 points, not enough to get Xarnax to level, but boots in Hammer Cave, pretty nice. Yeah, that, again, as I just said, is going to make traversing that biome a good bit easier. It's quite possible that whatever connector, if there is one over there, I guess there has to be one at this point, whatever connector's over there could very well be boots blocked. It didn't look like Hammer Cave was too far in, but I guess it's possible to miss it. We'll see when Dr. J jumps in there. I'm really hoping Dr. J goes back to Medicine Cave sooner than later. He's going to get that key. I want to see if we have 3 or 6 on the maze, because if it's 3, we know it's medicine. We might be able to find out what fire is, but if it's 6, I don't know. You know, are we digging out the item at that point? I'm not sure. Dr. J opting to skip that Medicine Cave again. Man, yeah. That's a very interesting move. And Xarnax is going to go all the way into the bot here and see if the bot wants to give us a hint. There's been a little inconsistency on what the bot does here. All right, so Bagu hint on the bot, which is expected from what I understand with this flag set. But again, sometimes the bot has been giving vital information of the seed, so we're currently looking into that. Xarnax also going to see his grass tile here. I forget what was on the grass tile. Looks like a cross was on the grass tile there. Dr. J getting his 200-point P-bag there. 334 for Dr. J still. Going to be closing in on that 970. I assume that's, well, I guess that could be Magic 4. And not Attack 4, seeing as Xarnax has Magic 4 there. There's the 500 pointer. Wow, we're going to have a lot of experience for our runners here today. Doesn't look like there's a pass-through cave over there in the northwest section of this southern half of our Caldera biome here in the west. So that does mean that all 4 connectors are going to be in play today. Wow, another 500 pointer there for Xarnax, taking it to 1130. Okay, 970 is going to be a life 5. 1130 is attack 4. All right, so I think Xarnax is just kind of double checking that he's seen all these caves here. Which he has. He needs to go back to the maze, get the items out of there. Dr. J looking around here. I don't know where Hammer Cave was exactly. Xarnax looked like he was in it pretty quickly. So Dr. J looking around a little bit more. Haven't seen a rock so far on his side, I don't think, but yeah, we'll see if he walks it around top side. No, he's going to come over to the east side. Xarnax on the maze now. Is he going to go DM immediately? No, he's going to look for the items. Okay, he's going to get his hammer. I imagine with the boots, we're just going to simply walk around the biome and look for the rock, and then check around to see if we see a raft tile. If not, we'll be looking for caves. We'll be looking for a cave connector off of DM, which of course makes it more difficult, seeing as there are already. Well, there's our raft tile there on Dr. J's side, and the heart for Xarnax in the first drop. Are we going east or are we going top side? We're going top side of the west. Wow, okay, so that boulder blocked cave up there is either an item cave. Well, that's not true, because we have 3 pass-through caves we haven't seen. Oh, so one of those pass-through caves is in the caldera. The other 2 have yet to be seen on the west here. So these pass-throughs look like they're going to do nothing for us. Here's Fairy Cave. Here's going to be Xarnax's hammer. Oh, nope, that's the heart again. Sorry. I think he'll be getting his hammer soon enough here. Yep. Just mark that down. I was about to say, it's possible this is that boots blocked there to get to that cave? If that's boots blocked, Dr. J's gonna need the boots out of Hammer Cave there. All right, Xarnax headed back to DM. He's gonna be looking for a rock. He's gonna find the raft tile as well. Oh, what is that? What is that? Is that? Oh, that's Hammer Cave. Okay, that's Hammer Cave right there. Yes. Oh, no. Okay, so Dr. J... Yeah, Dr. J had been going kind of in a different direction than where Hammer Cave was. He wouldn't have found it anywhere. It's very secluded over here in the northwest section of this DM. All right, 2 palaces next to each other, as we would expect to see the palaces up here. We didn't see them on the bottom side. Dr. J going into P1 here. Out of logic, we know his magic key is just sitting in Medicine Cave there on the south side, right nearby start. All right, we're still looking for a rock. Xarnax sees the raft tile. Rock could be buried over here somewhere. He doesn't want to step up on the graveyard tiles and trigger the encounter, although the rock could be right up against the border here. I'd be killing as many small enemies as I could here, just cycling through this drop pool, just getting these 500-point P bags, making this game easy. All right, where is this rock? Is it buried behind another? There it is. Okay, we see it. Can we walk around? Probably not. I think we're just going to go... we could just take this north-facing cave, or we could try to walk around. I guess we could take the east-facing cave as well. Yeah, we are cut off from the rocks. We got to take a cave. It's an elevator network, kind of annoying. Spell, not enough to cast spell. Okay, enough to cast Reflect though. Dr. J still looking around this P1. Not sure what he saw going right. We're going left now at start. We did see the up and A. Must have been a door or something that was blocking his path there. We haven't seen any keys in the drop pool, so yeah, so far there's nothing that is indicating that we're going to have an easy time. No logic in these palaces. Glove/fairy block there going right. Glove block going left at the top of that elevator, kind of a split room. Xarnax about to see the rock. Dead end for Dr. J. Could be a key at the end of this room, though. Key bag, $500 under the rock. And $200 at the end of that dead end there for Dr. J. So he gets his magic level. Probably going to up an A or not. Okay. Again, we've seen nothing on this. We've seen GP in the Caldera on the west. We've got P1 on the top side next to another palace we have yet to identify, and Palace 3/6 on the maze. No one has gone in yet to give us confirmation on which one that is exactly. I also missed what was in Rudo. So, oh, that is a boots-blocked, boulder-blocked cave here. Okay. Is this our connector to the east? It is to a dry canyon. That's surprising. All right, we're still missing one cave. Trophy cave's over here somewhere. Oh, it's also boots blocked to get to Trophy Cave there on the south side of where our palaces are there. There's mountains that cut us off, as well as a big body of water. Those boots out of Hammer Cave going to be very valuable today. Going to be actually absolutely required, along with that hammer. Oh, yeah, there's the fairy block. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, with the magic key, we'll be able to get through the rest of this path until we get to that glove/fairy block that Dr. J had already shown us. Although he's making progress, I'm not entirely sure what room he's in. He's obviously in a new room. Oh, here's the item room right after a key block. We'll see what's in P1 here. Magic container, that's nice. Now we can cast spell. I'm sure that Xarnax, he's a spell. Oh, there it is. Blue Iron Knuckles, although it's in the ground. You can get the kill. You can take the hit, iframe yourself into their hitbox, and then stab him in the face. We might be trying that. Okay, we're going to up an A. I think we're going to try this elsewhere, perhaps. I think we're going to check Trophy Cave at the same time. Well, we haven't gotten a read on the second palace, so here it is. P2, P5, it is going to be P2. Okay, 1 and 2 next to each other, GP in the Caldera. 3/6 on the maze, and everything else in the east. Yeah, boss looks like it's blocked behind Fairy or Glove in P1 there, so Dr. J's not going to be finding anything else here that's available to him. He might, well, no, he might find Jump Cave down here, and we've got 300-point Blue Iron Knuckles as the spell enemy for Xarnax in Palace Pool 125. We'll see how much they are in 346. They don't have to be the same amount, but I think we've found the grind. Yeah, we don't want to use it on small enemies though, because they just get stuck in the ground. The orange was just out of sight when he cast it there. Although the orange is going to provide him with a 500-point P-bag. Easy game. Go back and kill. Or push him off the screen and get a jar back. Incredible. All right, Dr. J back to DM. He needs to find that hammer cave. We know that's where the boots are. He needs to get the key out of Medicine Cave. For all he knows, those boots could be there as well. We don't have any hints for any bosses and palaces what they hold other than P3 right now. P3 having the medicine for the fire spell, which is unknown in what it's connected to currently. Dr. J could make his way to the rock, but it is just a P-bag, so nothing too amazing. I think, are we trying, on Xarnax's side, I don't know if we're looking for an attack level or a magic level. We might be looking for magic levels at this point, simply because it allows to cast spell more than once per life. Dr. J getting a little beat up here by the Dyra twins here. An orange and a red. Oh, this is, oh, this was P2 that, okay, never mind. Dr. J did show us P2. We did see this on Dr. J's side. My bad. I didn't, he must have up and 8 out. Okay, so he up and 8 out 1. That's what it was. I got it. It's understood now. It was so fast with Dr. J up and 8 out of 1. I didn't catch him switching palaces. Palace 1 and 2 are very similarly colored, so I got it. It's understood now. This is going to be Trophy Cave on Xarnax's side. We'll see what we have in here. Probably just hoping for the glove. If it's the glove, we're just going to beat the game at this point. With the flute and the hammer in our toolkit, we have no blocks on the west for palaces or towns. The only thing that could block us is possibly the child. Again, I missed what was in Rudo. I don't know if we saw it on Xarnax's side. Just the heart in Trophy Cave. I think Dr. J is going to make his way to this palace on the maze. This is going to be Jump Cave for Xarnax. Yep, no idea where that goes. Can't go anywhere. We haven't seen those connect on the south side, so Xarnax is going to see this cave as well. We're out of caves, so this last cave for him, he probably knows that's Fairy Cave. Oh, it is Thundertown for the trophy. Okay, all right. I missed the hint on Dr. J's side, although I'm not 100% sure if he walked it all the way in. We're going to get all the hints on Xarnax's side, too. We've gotten 0 hints from NPCs so far. At some point, our number's going to come up, and we're going to get a good, juicy hint from an NPC. All right, east for the trophy. That could mean a few things. Although, again, we have very little blocking us. All right, no hints in 3 towns. All right. Dr. J also glove blocked here. This is the same room that we saw in 2, although we're seeing it from the left side there. So I think we're going east on Xarnax's side. Nope, we're going back to DM. I think Xarnax just likes the animation. He's coming down here south to check. He's got everything on the west on his tracker. He didn't check off Trophy Cave, but he did just see it. We've seen 4 towns, 3 palaces, and all 5 caves, and a grass tile. All 4 of our connectors are accounted for. Spell not as amazing in the overworld. Just turning our enemies on the west into red gorillas. Dr. J is in a room. There's 2 copies of every room in DM, but he is in a room. He's in a caves that leads to Hammer Cave, because with the boots, he's going to be off to the east without the key. Now, the fairy spell is going to be available in the east somewhere because it's not on the west. So, best bet, yeah, he is about to walk into Hammer Cave. We're about to see what is on the east here. Xarnax walking into Buru. It is the fairy spell for free right there. So Dr. J is going to get that at a minimum. He's not going to have the key. Xarnax has Magic 4, so we'll have to see how expensive it is to cast that Magic 4. That's simply going to be for Dr. J's side there. Although, Xarnax could opt to go back to P1, go through that fairy block. There's also the glove/fairy block in P2. You could gamble on that without the glove. It could be that the boss is simply behind the fairy block there. Xarnax seeing if he could get in to the basement without the proper criteria. Woman letting him know that she is thirsty. Alright, we're looking at how much this costs. 46 to cast, okay. Still just 1 cast at Magic 4 though. Okay, so I missed this way earlier, but the red diaries are worth 200 experience, which is nice. We're also playing the hints game in Nibiru. Again, we have gotten 0 hints out of 4 towns so far, so they have to all be over here unless I missed a hint somewhere. How is this? I guess King's Tomb. Did we check King's Tomb on Xarnax's side? I don't recall. There are the boots for Dr. J. I think we saw the Medicine Cave straight... Medicine Cave. Why did I say Medicine Cave? I think we saw the desert tile straight south of where we walked into the east as well. All right, 2 towns on screen there. We've got New Kasuto. We're not going to be hammer blocked today. We do have a castable spell though. So we're going to get... I'll be honest, I missed what spell was in here. Okay, oh, life. Right. Alright, so Dr. J with new fashionable boots equipped on his feet is going to be able to walk on water. He's probably looking for a rock, just like Xarnax was. He's got the hammer, and he's also going to be headed east off of the raft. West off of the raft tile. We'll see him check that boulder block boots blocked cave. Also maybe find Trophy Cave in the process, get himself an extra heart. Medicine container in the basement that gives us 6, but we need 7 to get into the... Magic container in the tower, we need 7 to get into the basement, though. Yeah, I wonder if we're going to get the hint on the way out, or at least check for the hint on the way out here on Xarnax's side. There is a hint on that chimney, writing on the wall, if you, however you want to look at it there. Nope, we're going to skip that house. Well, if the glove hint is there, I don't think Dr. J is going to check it either. That south-facing cave could be an item cave there. We're at the top side of our dry canyon, vertical dry canyon here today. Shield Town for the child. We're not even going to check for that. We don't have... Oh, we do have fairy, so you could get upstabbed if you wanted to. Red Lizalfos, unfortunately, invulnerable here. So we turn our enemies on the east into invulnerable enemies. That is something that gets shuffled in this flag set, the invulnerabilities on the east. So next time to reset some encounters comes south. There's the desert tile that I thought I saw, and a palace as well. Magic container. Are we walking back to New Kasuto to check the basement? We might as well. Oh, this is like... Oh, never mind. That's not an item cave. No. That south-facing cave, though. We didn't check that south-facing cave just west of New Kasuto. Medicine cave for Dr. J. All right, folks. I'm giving his key early because I'm going to forget about it. But he's going to get his key, and this is going to be glorious. All right, basement access in New Kasuto. Drum roll. Is this the glove or the child? It is the trophy. There's our thunder spell. Okay, so 7 containers to get the thunder spell. That south-facing cave's looking quite delicious, Xarnax. Yeah, see, Dr. J could have had this something like 25 minutes ago. He could have had this a while ago. But he's got a full picture of everything now. Not that he didn't have to do the things that he did. He was still going to do those other things. He just, unfortunately, didn't have the key earlier. Sorry, I'm trying to outrun the fireball there at the end. Gets hit on the way out. There's Sunken Peabag Cave. Okay. Takes the death. It was just a Mew. And a 500-point Peabag. And a 100-point P-Bag on Dr. J's side. Although if he keeps killing things, he's going to have another 500-pointer soon enough. Alright, what do we got? Our 8th magic container in Sunken. Well then. Dr. J headed back to the maze. We'll see if he wants to jump in this palace. Although I think we're fully blocked out of it. I don't think we're key blocked in that palace. We saw the top side of a glove block. I don't know what else we saw in that palace that Dr. J was in at 3/6. We were in there for a very short period of time. There's a water tile, there's a palace, and there's a west-facing cave. Red jar on the water tile. Dr. J is going to be checking this cave right here. He's going to see the dry canyon east. We'll see if he comes back for trophy cave. Here's P4 on Xarnax's side. We do have a reflect spell. It's been castable since pretty early on in the game, so we're going to jump in. We're not going to jump in. I lied. We're going to... Oh, okay. Dr. J about to get his fairy spell here. We'll see what it is at Magic 5. Our Xarnax still at Magic 4. We know it's 46 at Magic 4. Old Kasuto here. This is going to be jump. Yes, sir. That's going to... Well, okay, yeah, we skipped upstab on Xarnax's side. It's possible that maybe he was trying to find the child just by chance, and maybe just will go revisit Darunia to get upstab on the child. Maybe he'll just gamble on it. It's kind of a punishing walk back, though, if we're going to gamble on upstab, coming out of the Western Caldera, having to up an A, out of there, go back to North Palace, go back to the maze, walk to DM, walk to the raft tile, walk to the boots blocked cave on the top side of the west, magic container for Dr. J, and then walk all the way through the this dry canyon here. Quite the walk back. Again, we're seeing a lot of caves here. I'm going to say that that south-facing cave that was right by New Kasuto was in fact our Risen Peabag cave today. I missed it last time. Oh, no. Yeah, this is it. Is there a key door in here? Is this why we backed out of here? It's possible. All right, here's Risen P-Bag Cave. Yes, it is. Okay. And that's going to be a full clear of the east on Xarnax's side. Could be a coconut right there that just hit him for a ton of damage. Finding the boss, there's Rebanak right there in P3. So we know the medicine's in here. We know it's connected to fire, but we don't know what fire is right now. Could be that it's a Moa instead, but if it's a Moa, we would see the shadow of it because we have the cross. Dr. J has one of the Mao heads at a very annoying height. Can't stab it there. Another heart. Okay, so the glove is somewhere in a palace. We've seen 4. We've seen, I guess I missed what else was on the east here. We must have done a quick check that I missed. All right, I think we're going in for upstab now on Xarnax's side. Go west to find the flute. All right. Thank you. Dr. J taking that jump. It's a little sketchy. He's got the fairy spell there. A little sketchy when you got an Iron Knuckle. Iron Knuckles just charge you. So making that jump like that, if you can't get the hit on them, you're going to take the damage and get bopped into the lava unless you can save it there. Trying for the super jump on Xarnax's side. Item room on Dr. J's side. That's going to be the medicine. We'll see if he turns it in. I'd be very interested to know what fire is attached to today. Dr. J, oh, we'll see. If he kills this blue Iron Knuckle, we'll see how much it's worth in this palace pool as well. 300 in both palace pools. Wow. All right, so where do we begin on Xarnax's side? We're going to get the hint for the child. It's going to be, again, in a palace somewhere. Barba, P6 child, okay. And we are back to the west. So we're probably going to get downstab on Xarnax's side. Mito, oh no, Mito was top side. Mito was on the top side, so we got to go back to the maze. So, Dr. J, giving a look at his camera there like you didn't see that. Oh, we saw it, Dr. J. You walked right past the downstab guy. And, oh no, Mito was on the bottom side. I'm sorry, Mito was on the bottom side. We're both getting downstab now. He walked, I'm only calling this out because he walked past the downstab guy. And there is a community, there's a bit of community text that, that NPC will have. And it's, you walked past me, didn't you? And it's because when you walk up to a wizard that gives you a spell, you automatically get forcefully interacted with on the wizard. And with the downstab, upstab NPCs, you don't. So you kind of fall into that rhythm where you just want to walk into the basement and expect that the NPC is going to talk to you. But in fact, it doesn't work like that when you're picking up the sword techniques. Looks like fire shield today. And we're going into this P3 as we know it. Xarnax, I don't think has identified this palace just yet. And we know both the boss and the item are accessible. Yeah, so we don't need to find the child. We don't need to go into P6 to get to the item now if he wants to turn this in. I don't know if he'll go in another 3 screens of Mito. He might. Yeah, this is our glove block here on Xarnax's side. Dr. J walking around the outside of maze. Oh, did we not have a left in that P3? I could have... Am I wrong that okay, I mean, you know, I don't know where Dr. J, I thought it was the maze that Dr. J went into, so I think there's a left at the start of P3 there on the maze. I'm still calling that P3 on the maze. It's possible Dr. J was on the east. It's possible he saw 3 on the east, and 6 is actually on the maze. I'm going to say 3 is on the maze, though. I think Dr. J got his fairy spell and left the east almost immediately. All right, so we're going into P1 for Xarnax, probably for Dr. J as well. This is P2 on the top side, though. Okay, we've got neighboring palaces, neighboring dives here. We know it's an immediate fairy block to the right in P1. Item room is immediately left. Dr. J still might be glove blocked out of here because there is that glove/fairy block room that we see from the bottom side. Double fairy block in P1. If you somehow eco-key your way up the first one, you definitely can't get past this one. Yeah, Dr. J, I think, really wants the kill on this one for 300 points. Xarnax getting hit by the, whatever those guys throw. Kind of a tricky jump. Might be worth just ferrying through. Nope, gets the jump. Okay, probably gonna knock him off. Nope, gets him. Okay, so there is a key just sitting around here in the palace. Not that we need it any longer. $566 on Dr. J's side, $545 on Xarnax's side. Looks like we just looped around there on Dr. J's side. So it is going to be left of start. All right, elevator room here for Xarnax could be our boss. I think someone in chat is watching 2 races and has the wrong chat window open. We do have Horsehead at the top of this elevator here. Xarnax with the patented downstab on the horse head. At least an attempt at that. We can ferry under this on Dr. J's side. P1 going to be down for Xarnax. Nope, just kidding. I'm taking it back, Xarnax. Oh, he wants his 1270. Item room for Dr. J here. Beyond the fairy glove block to the right. We'll see what sits in P2. Is it a vanilla glove? It is the candle. All right, Horsehead. All right, Xarnax, I'll give you Horsehead back here. First gem down, 45 minutes, and on my timer, 45:16 on the ZSR side of things. So we'll see what else. That's a glove block on Dr. J's screen up there, going up and left. We'll see what else is available in here with the item. We just need to find the boss now. That's right, it's an immediate dead end. So it is a glove block in 2, not a glove block in 3, but a glove block in 2. We're gonna go into P4 here. I'm sorry. Oh. P3 and P6 are extremely similarly colored, so it could have been P3 here on the east and P6 on the maze. Yeah, so, okay. I'm not sure which one Dr. J jumped in earlier. We'll have to find out whenever we get more information, whenever we have another runner jump in here somewhere along the way. Yeah, we know P4 and then the opposite, P3-6 over here on the east, and then 5 is going to be in Death Valley. I'm pretty sure 4 is just south of that 36 palace. We surf on the invulnerable Moa there. Alright, Dr. J threw 1 fairy block, but he's... Oh wait, magic 6, it's 38, so he'll be able to cast it twice. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to check the cast cost at Magic 5. Doesn't matter any longer, though, because now we're at Magic 6. Although, if he keeps getting hit by these bubbles, he might not have enough. I mean, you could take a death into lava either way, but... Oh, we had just enough. Okay. So we've got items in 4 and 5. 4 and 5, that's where our glove is. Now, okay, yeah, there is kind of a... I forget which room it is exactly. There's actually one of those rooms that Xarnax just saw that actually has the elevator accessible in the middle of it. I forget exactly what the design is on the left side, though. They all look a little unique from me. They're all unique from each other, but I always forget which is which when I walk in. I always do the check myself. All right, this is not going to give Dr. J the level, but he wants this 300. Although he can't take a hit, I don't think. Doesn't matter. Attack 5 is pretty good. We've got a landing room here for Xarnax. If we see any drops, we might end up here. Xarnax trying to get 300 points off these guys here. About to be Horsehead for Dr. J. Oh, Fairy Glove Block here for Xarnax, unless he wants to be tricksy and use the heads to bounce across. Gonna have to take the death here. Dr. J also down stabbing over the top of Horsehead. I assume Dr. J is not going to want to grind out 3,200 to try to pass beyond that, so I think he's just going to place the gem for the 3,200. All right, so we refuse to take the death. Xarnax has to do the trick shot here. Fortunately, misses it, and now he's going to be stuck down here. Has to take the death now. So Dr. J going to go back down and right and look for the item. We know the item is immediately to the left at the start of the palace. I think the double fairy block is going to stop Dr. J from wanting to walk out of the palace here. I think he's going to be forced to up an A at this point because this is a dead end that he has found. Eco Key Room in reverse for Xarnax. And another elevator. We'll see if we see our items sometime soon. We're looking for 4 and 5. The glove is somewhere between 4 and 5. We got a glove block up and left here in this palace. We still have a down and left that's open, and this up and right is open here as Xarnax is going this way. All right, which room is this that Xarnax is in? It could be... it's just a pass-through. And just a dead end, okay. Oh, did Dr. J not place the gem yet? Did he get the 3,200? Oh, no, okay. Oh, he's going to walk out the back. That makes sense. I don't know why I thought Dr. J was going to walk out the front when he could just walk out the back. All right, trophy K for Dr. J. This is going to be a heart. So from Xarnax's perspective, we have potential glove block going right. Again, we didn't fully confirm that. I don't exactly know what that layout of that room was. It could have been not glove blocked, because again, there is a variant of the room that he had seen going right that is not glove blocked, has an elevator in the middle that's open and available. He's got this up and right from this I junction, which is a dead end. He came from the bottom right. The upper left is going to be a glove block, and he still can go down and left here. Yep, he sees the block, he ferries out of there, and he's going to go down and left. Still no items, still no boss, although we have a castable reflect spell, so if we find either, we can do this entire palace. Item for Dr. J. I think this is another heart. Yeah, Xarnax has 7. But Xarnax has seen a lot. Oh, it's a magic container. Okay. Drop room for Xarnax. Is there going to be a drop between that landing room, or is it actually going to be a glove block in P4 here? Okay, there is. This is a different room. Yeah, so the crumble bridge was not our landing room for our drop today. We've got a left and a right in this room that we dropped into, though. Oh, it's another drop room. I don't know if I would trust this, though. This is going to take us back to the bridge. Oh, my God. I mean, it could take us to the boss room, but that could take us back to the bridge as well. I would definitely do what Xarnax is doing and check left here before I take another drop, because it was kind of deep into that first drop. Xarnax wanting 1200 experience here. Can't cast Spell. Probably a bit of disappointment on his side. Oh, this could be a bad room. Ah, you get caught in the edge there. Yep. All right, Life Town for Dr. J. Not having 7. I think the 7th one came from an item cave that Xarnax had found over here. On the east, that is. Yeah, this room's pretty tough with the Mowheads. They just keep coming. This is really like a fairy or jump room, so you can just get up these jumps. Xarnax wanting to save his magic, though. Enables the Death Squad. Sandwiched between the blue iron knuckles here. I forgot what was in the tower. Oh, this is a magic container, I think. This might actually be the 7th one for Dr. J. As Xarnax walks into the item room here in 4. Glove it is. Well, now we can beat the palace. Yep, Dr. J gonna go back to the basement. Check here at the front of the town. This is gonna be his trophy. Just mark that off now. Oh, newly acquired glove, getting him in trouble already. So there are Mowheads in this room as well. He might be waiting to let them build up here. I think he's going to do... Oh, my... Oh! He only got... That other one was on the screen, was it not? On the right side? It didn't get transformed. Risen P-Bag Cave for Dr. J. I think this is another heart. Yeah, this is our 7th heart. We're going to take this other drop. Probably going to take us to the Crumble Bridge. There it is. Okay, so... We got to go left. We got to go back to the I junction. We can go up and left at the I junction, or we can go right from start. They could loop around at some point, but I don't know. We're all the way over here. Yeah, unfortunately, when you kill the head, you got to kind of walk back a little bit to respawn it there. Is this going to catch? This is another one of these rooms that has these Mowheads in them, and it's kind of annoying. If they catch you at the right point, you just land in the lava. Alright, Dr. JC in Shield Town. Not going to grab... Oh, he's thinking... He funny enough, I could see his camera. He walked out, then he put his finger up like, what? Oh, hold on, 1 minute. He's going back in to get upstab. We're out of magic on Xarnax's side, so he's going to go up and right here, forgetting that this was just a dead end. Forgetting that this was just a dead end. Remembering that this was just a dead end. Now he's got to make this jump, is what I'm talking about here. He might have an extra life, but he's going to need some magic. He makes the jump. He's going to need some magic to cast Reflect to kill the boss, though, of course. And just a dead end here, so it is right at start. Dr. J still looking for Sunken P-Bag Cave and Water Tile. One of those is our 8th container. The other one's a red jar. Xarnax, I think, wants the level. I don't know if he's got another life. I assume he does. He does. I think we're just going to wait for some Mao heads to spawn, turn them into blue iron knuckles, and get our level here. Back to chain to the water tile. I'm going to have a bit of a chuckle here. He just needs to hold right here. Oh, there were two rights. I think it was up and right. Dr. J about to get his jump spell in Old Kasuto. Yeah, this one is glove blocked. It's the same room we saw in 3/6, in 2, and now in 4. And immediate Karak. Okay. Dr. J is looking for Sunken. So one of these over here somewhere. And P4 down for Xarnax. Dr. J going into the into Death Valley here. This is going to be P5, and we know it's not the glove. So if there are any glove blocks in here, he's going to be pushed out. We don't know what is in P5 today. I guess it could be our 8th heart. I guess, no, we saw the items in 1, 2, 3, 6 is the child. Yep, so this is going to be our 8th heart in 5. All right, so we're into this palace here. Okay, this was 3. We do have 6 on the maze. This was 3 because Rebo is right here past this room for Xarnax. This is what we saw Dr. J do a whole lot earlier. Okay, so 6 confirmed on the maze. Again, they're pretty similarly colored. Both of our runners playing on a console with a with kind of a direct capture out of it, not a fancy RGB modded console capture. So, yeah, palettes are a little muddy at times. And there's Rebo down. We'll see if he sticks around for the medicine. I don't think he will though. Dr. J walking into another kind of muddy colored P5 here. Five, 6, 8 for Xarnax. And Xarnax also going to be joining Dr. J in P5 in just a moment after he gets into the Valley of Death. Yeah, if we have a fast Guma, then this 5 is going to be over quickly. We're not going to be looking for an item on Xarnax's side. Dr. J, though, will be looking for an item, hoping that it's his glove. I don't know which direction we took out of start for Dr. J, if we were just forced to go a certain direction. I didn't see what that first elevator room led us to. So next with some fairy feeding. Okay, so we have a right and a left. Okay, we saw Dr. J go left. I don't know if he checked this right to begin with. It is the item room here for Dr. J, though. This is what he needs to see, that it's just going to be a heart and that this won't be his glove. So, but again, he's also hoping that there's no glove block in here. So there's a false wall room going right. This is actually a vanilla P5 room. And another one of these rooms here. There's a community room, glove, fairy block, or dash if you got it. Neither of our runners will have dash today, though. Xarnax trying to get the bounce on the Bago Bago. I'm not really sure that works because of the arc and the angle of the Bago Bago there and just not being far enough out. But I think that was that Xarnax's last life? We up an 8 in there. I guess he didn't up an 8 out of 3. He might have just walked out of the back of 3. Okay, the up and 8 may have been accidental. Oh, we accidentally cast spell there, thinking we had a fairy queued up, so now that's kind of an expensive fairy cast, but oh well. He could fall to the bottom side and just cut through with the glove. Ooh, Dr. J almost getting knocked off. Oh, there is a glove block here in 5. We'll see if this goes to Guma. It's possible that Dr. J did walk this way a moment ago and saw this that I missed, although I think he was quick to go left at start, so I don't think he made it this far. I could be wrong, but I don't think he made it this far. All right, this is just a pass-through here. For Xarnax, that is. We saw a dead end on Dr. J's side. He's walking it back. He had a bunch of junctions behind him, so we'll see. Another pass-through for Xarnax. Another pass-through for Xarnax. All right. We got blocks in this room. Yep. All right, so this is a junction for Dr. J. Was this the item? I think this might have been the item, though. Okay, he's walking it back a little bit further. And it is, Guma is glove blocked in 5 today. Dr. J is going to need that glove out of P4. He's going to be full clear in this bad boy, only to deem it glove blocked, and then have to exit out of here. Xarnax, absolutely in the driver's seat here. This is going to be a lot of time spent for Dr. J. Yeah, so that's 4 gems down here, 64 minutes, almost 65 into the seed here. We've got P6 on the maze. We don't know what it looks like. And we've got P2 on the top side of the Western continent, which is also where Rudo is. So we got to go back and turn in Trophy for Thunder on Xarnax's side. We'll do that. We'll get P2 done, which we know the item's available in P2, but the glove is required to get to the boss in P2. And I guess in P6, both of our runners deemed that it was immediately glove blocked. So, because neither one of our runners dug it, and if it was available, Dr. J would have definitely dug it much earlier than this point in the race. So it must have been. We did see again that that glove/fairy block room in 6 here. I think we'll see it in just another room here. Yeah, so Dr. J, best case scenario for Dr. J, he finds a bunch of glove blocks. Looks like he's actually done with all that other section of P5. If that's true, this isn't really that big of a 5. But he's going to go through this false wall room. He's going to pass through, I think, one more room after that. I think it's a bridge room. And then he's going to see the glove block. And yeah, this is the glove block here in 6, the glove/fairy block room. Downstairs, not the dragon. We're going to go right. 6 could be big. We know the child's in here. Don't think we care. Child can still hang out in here after we're done. Xarnax wants to go high. Confirms nothing up there. And we got to pass through here. And there's the glove block for Dr. J. He's going to try to get the 300 off of the blue iron knuckle here. He wants his 3980. He hasn't checked what the spell turns enemies into, though. As Xarnax showing us there, it is blue iron knuckles. Although he gets the Moa to he gets him to fall into the top there. I guess it gets rid of the fire regardless. Another one of these rooms. We just saw this in P5 on Xarnax's side. You've got another one in P6. Can be a tricky room if you're not equipped for it, but both of our runners have all the tools necessary to make that room pretty easy. Is this an elevator room for Xarnax? An up and then a right down here as well. And Dr. J's walking it back. up and left. That could have been the Moa Crumble Bridge room, or it could be a vanilla room. All right, we're passing through to the right here. Both of these statues have a 50-50 red jar in them. Yeah, Dr. J is going to walk it out. Xarnax just hoping to find this dragon sooner than later. Could be here. It's not. Okay, so this is the same room we just saw going up and left in the previous junction. So again, you kind of see that it could be the double Moa Crumble Bridge room as we've got here, or it could have been a vanilla room. Oh, into the lava, Xarnax. Oh boy. You're playing with fire there. He did kill one of the Moas, though, so there's only one left. These Moas don't respawn. At least 99% of the time they don't respawn. Yeah, Dr. J really wants to hold on to that experience. Not our drag. Oh, wow. We've looped all the way back to the beginning. That's the first junction. Okay, so there's that information. So it's the only other thing we've got is the up and left that sits between us, his current position, and the double Moa Crumble Bridge room that we had seen him go up and left in previous. So, yeah, it could be another double Moa Bridge Crumble room. We'll see when he's there. But again, it could be just a vanilla room with 2 stacked blocks a few times in that room. We'll see it in a moment. Yes, Xarnax did a ton of farming in the early game off the 300-point blue Iron Knuckle spell enemy. He definitely capitalized on that. That is a patented Xarnax move to check what spell enemy is. And in this one, it was very rewarding. Both Palace Pools, the blue Iron Knuckles, were worth 300 experience each. Wow, 4960 is going to be Magic 8 before Attack 7. Attack 7 was 53 something. This is our only available junction here in... okay, so this is the vanilla room. And Dr. J is in the P4 here. Now, Dr. J doesn't know that P6... Oh, no. Dr. J knows P6 is glove block, so it's clearly not going to have the glove. So this is going to be essentially a last available location for Dr. J picking up the glove here. We do have an elevator down. We can't have the dragon just yet, unless it's a multiple level elevator, seeing as we haven't even found the item. That would also be a pretty small P6. We have a glove block, though. If you can make it through the first glove block, here's the second glove block. We got a left and a drop. I don't know if we saw any drop rooms, so the drop might be safe to take. But they could just both lead to the same spot. It could be one giant loop of routing here. Is Xarnax a little hesitant to take this drop? Takes it anyway. This is a nothing room. And a complete dead end room here. So we can only exit out the left. We'll see. I'm going to say my gamble is that this was all going to lead to the same spot to begin with here. I did not see how much life refills there. Oh, no, this could actually be to the dragon here. This is an elevator down. It could have been a segmented section here. Drops have to lead you either out of the palace or to the boss. It is directly to Barba, so there it is. Okay. Don't listen to me for your drop advice. Jumpful jackhammer on Barba here. Unfortunately, sliding through the hitbox into the lava. I think we're going to give it a second try. Absolutely. I think we're going to have middle pit. My money's on middle pit. We're also casting reflect. Oh, okay. We're doing. I don't know if Xarnax was ready for. I think he's just hoping for right pit. Oh, we're just doing side jack. Oh, into the lava. Even with the reflect spell. Barba shutting that down, giving him a game over. This is where Dr. J comes back into steel. Unfortunately, Dr. J going to see the glove block here. He's got to go down and left. It is simply just a hold left for this palace and finding the item. Oh, that's right. There was a drop here for Dr. J, so it is still a hold left. Hopefully he doesn't go right. Hopefully he just continues to hold left. Because if he goes right and takes that next drop, he's going back to that chrome bridge and has to then go back left again, so. Nope, Dr. J, not going to do it. Okay, smart man. To be fair, I mean, that could still be the answer. That doesn't mean it's not the answer. It's just when you see the other landing room, as we had talked about when Xarnax was there, you see that other landing room, you just kind of suspect that one of these drops could be going to one of those landing rooms. And when the first one doesn't take you there, and you see another one, you're like, I'm going to say we're going to go left first and not take this drop just yet. It was a very nice move on Dr. J's side. Very fast jump attacks there in the low ceiling on that red iron knuckle. This is going to be Dr. J's glove. Xarnax still has a few rooms to go here. This is his punishment for trying to show off on a Barba fight. Although 10 out of 10 times, I will also want to show off on a Barba fight. Dr. J getting caught by the same thing that Xarnax did, although Xarnax did save it with the fairy cast. That newly acquired glove, you come back out of the item room and you've got breakable blocks, and you totally have not had the glove for over an hour, for 75 minutes at this point for Dr. J's side. And of course, you break right through the blocks that you've been not breaking for the majority of the seed. All right, left down into Barba's room. Dr. J gonna take a right out of this drop, which is good for him. Although he doesn't go back to that other glove block. Xarnax had shown us that it is just a dead end. Dr. J just needs to go right. He needs to go right from start, so technically he could just up an A. Yeah, because he's got to go back up and right, and he's got to make his way all the way back to the starting elevator and go right from there. All right, here it is. Can Xarnax recover the style points that were lost in the previous attempt? Oh, almost fell through, bodies the hitbox. Barba 3-0 against Xarnax currently. We're going again for round two. Almost falls through the hitbox, able to get it back up. There it is. Attempt 4. I don't know what to call it. Just a standard jump jackhammer with jump full jackhammer. Not sure. Barba attempt there. Successful. If it comes down to it at the end, if it's a close race, style points do win you the race. And that is going to be P6 down for Xarnax. Well, I would say first attempt jackhammer would have netted him many more style points than 4th attempt. I just want to put that out there publicly. He did, however, get the super jump on the Indarunia there, so a few more points for that. P4 down for Dr. J. You'll probably be back to P5. Xarnax going to P2. Hopefully he doesn't forget to turn in the trophy for Thunder. Now, Xarnax didn't come back into this palace afterwards, so he hasn't seen the item room direction. He hasn't seen with the bosses or what direction the boss may be in. Dr. J has shown us that this over here is one big old loop. That down and left leads to the up and right over here, so this is one big old loop. He has to go left to start to make any progress in here. Were there? I think there were three. I think there were 3 spike tiles in this. No, there's. Okay, there are 3. Yeah, I think Xarnax might have. He either fairy feeded so quickly I missed that there were 3, or he actually got an encounter skip on one of them pushing through there. And here's our up elevator to our loop. Xarnax going to do it twice just to confirm. And we're going left. So you never know, though. You know, I'm teasing Xarnax when he watches this back, but you know, you can have rooms that obviously run into each other like that. So one thing would have helped is to kill the enemies, kill a few enemies on the way through. It's so late in the race, though. It's almost 80 minutes in, but kill a few enemies on the way through that first room with the step blocks, and then the next time you come through there, you can check if those enemies are dead. You'd be like, all right, this is a loop, and I'm leaving. Or I guess you could have just remembered which room you came from, and then when you came up that elevator, check left and be like, this is the room I came from. This is a loop. So, and this is going to lead him to the item. Unfortunately, it is the candle. We'll see if he picks it up. All right, candle for Xarnax. I think this life cast might just be 1 bar. I think it might be pretty low. We did see a life cast on Dr. J's side just there. I think it's pretty low. But Dr. J, with his glove, not going to be too far away from getting Barbadon. So this is the up and left. We've seen this room that Xarnax is in. Every time we've seen it in 3 other palaces, we've seen it from the top side. And now we're seeing it from the bottom side, and we actually need the glove to go up out of here now. But there's a whole lot of P2 left, so Helmet Head could be anywhere. Could be at the next junction. He could be, 12 more rooms in, or just Xarnax just going to be looking for Helmet Head, placing that gem. Might burn the gem. Xarnax isn't really a gem burner, so I think he's just going to take the level. 5390 is going to be attack 7. This is a junction here for Xarnax, though, so this could be Helmet Head. And Dr. J, again, just looking to hold right at this point. He's going to lead him right to Guma. All right, we got left, and a down and right here. Up, left, and a down and right. This is, in fact, the fun fact. So this, in addition to being Helmet Head's room, that I junction we just came from was the same I junction we saw in 4. It's interesting when you see the weird connections between the way palace layouts are made. Here's Guma for Dr. J as Helmet Head is down. $81 minutes and some change into the seed here. Again, hopefully we remember to turn. Oh no, we're leaving. We don't have the Thunder Spell. I don't think so. I don't think we have the Thunder Spell. Did he turn that in at some point earlier? He might have. I might have just missed it. I would love to see a spellbook pause menu. I think we've either forgotten how to get into the caldera, or we've now remembered we do not, in fact, have the thunder spell. Sorry, P5 for Dr. J there. All eyes were on Xarnax as we were wondering if he was going to go pick up thunder or not. I think that's a I forgot thunder. We're back in DM. Walk of shame. Soon to be a raft ride of shame. Dr. J is walking out of P5. I would say the up and A out of P5 would have been a lot faster to just follow along with what Xarnax was doing there to get to the top side. Actually go through the maze, do 6, and then get to the top side of... Oh, we still got to do P3. My bad. He still got to do P3. He still got to do... He saw Rebo's room, didn't have downstab at the time. Dr. J not too comfortable with the downstabless Rebo. That's fine. He's still got to do P3, though. He knows where Rebo is. Only true rooms in. Dr. J also getting the surf on that invulnerable MOA that we'd seen Xarnax do probably 30, 40 minutes ago. And there's our thunder pickup. And we're back to the west side, to the south side of our western continent. Xarnax needs to get to the middle of this map here. Take Parappa Cave into the caldera and show us what GP looks like today. Although he is missing where he needs to be going here. I'm going to try to telepathically channel into Xarnax's mind here and tell him to giddy up because the commentator's hungry and the commentator would like to eat some food. I'm just saying. 84 minutes into this one. We've had a lot of walking. Even though we had a dry canyon on the east, we still had a lot of walking. All right, straight up in the GP here. Almost. Just kidding. Ferry before GP. All right, that was a nice ferry refill that you could have gotten right before GP. Looks like 85 minutes flat to get into this GP here. All right, do we have Thunderbird 3 rooms in to the palace going right? Although we do have a left at start. Dr. J into P3 now. Oh, it is a dead end L7 room here. Now that you see the drop just right of start, or the landing room just right of start, now you're going to be haunted that every drop room that appears may in fact take you right back to the start of the palace. And this is where GP plays mind games with you, because if there are drops, they could absolutely be the correct thing to take. But in fact, you're going to keep thinking, it's just going to take me back to start. And there's Thunderbird. Okay, doesn't mean we won't have a drop behind Thunderbird that takes us back to start. That's entirely possible. Didn't see how much Thunder is to cast there. Looks very, very cheap at Magic 8. Into Rebo for Dr. J here. Probably going to be a 2-hitter. Or at least we got to do 1 hit to get him off. And then 2, 3 hits? I don't know. The life bar is all messed up because it happened so quickly. That's what happens. Dr. J needs to go to 2 on the top side of the Western Caldera, as well as 6 in Maze Island. 6, kind of a bad, not bad, but potential to get looped around. And then, of course, if you don't take the drop, then you're going to be off into the item room somewhere. So it has potential to not be a very quick P6 if you don't directly God route it. We do have Thunderbird down, though. So now we're looking for Darklink. Boss rooms can be off of elevator rooms, going up, going down, or to the right. So we do have an elevator here. And we have an offset four-way, okay. And a down and right. We've got a down and right, a right, and a left here through that glove block. Dr. J knows his way through too. He's seen all of this, so he's going to go up and left. In this flag set, Thunderbird is on the route to Darklink. So once you found Thunderbird, you know you're on the right path. It's not true in all flag sets, though. It is true for the entire tournament, however. That is part of what makes the standard tournament standard. Is this our Darklink? It is not. It is an upstab block. Okay. Our runner's glad to have upstab today. I think Helmet Head is right here off of this branch for Dr. J. Indeed. Just mark that down for Dr. J. All right, another elevator room here. It's really not important to have an elevator room necessarily, but if you're going left, you can't run into a boss room, right? You have to, if you're going left, you need an elevator room to hit a boss room. But if you're going right, obviously you can run into a boss room. And not a boss room just yet. Not too challenging of rooms, though. Just kind of push through and go. These horizontal dots are not punishing by any means. A completely empty room. Dr. J making his way back to... Or, wait, oh, Dr. J, I think, is going to go turn in the medicine for Thunder. Not the trophy for Thunder. I think he also forgot to do that. We're back to the left side of our offset four-way. Okay, so down and right. Xarnax can try for 50-50 jar upstairs, though. There is a statue down there. Once again, missing how much life refills. Might have been 2 bars there. Might have been more. I don't ask me. I missed it all the times we've cast it. We haven't cast it very much, though, to be fair. Oh, Bubble in with us here. This could be it. It is. Just go down and right at the offset four-way. Easy game. This is going to be a GG for Xarnax here. We'll see if he tries to just fight it regular. He's only got 2 hearts right now if he's just going to do some corner strats. Dark Zelda refusing to cooperate. Saying, come get me. They're just going to do some corner strats here. Okay. Three more hits. Into 6 for Dr. J. And that is going to be it. Xarnax is going to take the win here in this game 1 of a best-of-3 series. Official race time of 91:12, hour 31 minutes 12 seconds. And I think we're going to get Xarnax in for an interview here. Trying to think of things we want to talk about with him. That Barba fight, for one. Any other things we can... it's all good fun. It's all good fun. Xarnax knows it's all good fun here. I guess I don't remember his Guma fight at all. I'll be honest. I don't remember his Guma fight. Usually Xarnax does an amazing Guma fight, and honestly today, completely missed it. joined by Xarnax42, today's race winner. GG Xarnax.
Thank you very much.
So, all things considered here, how did this one feel from the get-go?
It felt really good at the start. At some point, I was retracing ground, and I mean, really everything up until I was glove hunting.
Yeah.
Felt like I was making progress the whole time, and then then once I started dipping into palaces and glove blocks left and right, then I was starting to get a little worried. But I felt I'm trying to even remember if anything specific happened that made me feel like I was in really good shape. But I did for a good chunk of the beginning of the race.
Yeah, there were 4 out of the 5 item caves there and the grass tile on the west, just there on the south side, right next to North Palace, right? That was super useful. The magic key was in Medicine Cave. You did have that way before Dr. J. Dr. J didn't have that, I think, till like the 30-something minute mark. He was the first to show us that was Medicine Cave there in that cave, but at low levels, he backed out of it, and then he didn't come back for an extended period of time. You found the boots in Hammer Cave very quickly in DM. It took him a little while. He went a different direction in DM, so you had the boots way earlier as well.
I think that's what, the Death Mountain being fast and paying off. That's why I felt really good. Now I remember.
Yeah, that opened up that river canyon wide open, and of course the rock was boots blocked, I believe. You had to go through one cave, but I think that section up there might have been boots blocked, and the raft was also boots blocked as well. And the connection from the top side of the west to the east was both boots blocked and hammer blocked, which Dr. J saw without the boots, and so
Wait, how did he get up there?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. So the raft was not boots blocked. My bad. The raft was not boots blocked. So you could make it to the raft without the boots. Yeah, my bad. So, you cruised through all of that. That was looking really good. Again, like you say, there were a bunch of glove blocks today. And seemingly that same room was used in numerous, one of the glove blocks rooms was used in numerous palaces. And that was pretty interesting. You were the first to show us that P5. So you went into 4, you went 3. You knew medicine was in 3 from the hint. You didn't grab it. Dr. J did. Fire was Shield today. Shield was also in Darunia behind the child, behind P6. You didn't get any of that. No big deal. You went into 4 before 5. 4 was sitting on the outside of Death Valley. When it came down to it, Dr. J went into 5 before 4. And so you had the glove. Yeah, you had the glove going into 5. We knew that the glove was in 4 at that point. And then Dr. J showed us the item. We knew it was the 8th heart that was missing. And you showed us the glove blocked Guma, and there we knew that Dr. J needed to get out of there. He was not going to be. He's going to have to double dip P5 at that point. That sent him back a little bit there. He was already a little back because he didn't have the magic key for a while. He got fairy before getting the magic key on the east though. So that's how long he didn't have the magic key for.
Wow, yeah, that's a big deal. Fairy was spells seemed rather expensive until pretty late.
Yeah, speaking of spells, I was just going to say spell, blue iron knuckle, both palace pools, $300 worth in each of them.
It was ridiculous.
Yes, and you were taking full advantage of that one.
Maybe too much, probably too much.
We were getting greedy here.
But it was fun.
Oh yeah. I guess just to it's not all sunny. We did have a kind of a rocky Barba fight there.
3 of them.
Yeah, 3 there. Oh man, you even cast Reflect on that last life of the first set before the game over, and you still got hit.
Yeah. It was my fault. It was just bad inputs. Yeah. But
I was expecting the block, but it was just perfectly, the fire hit you in such a way to where no block, right into the lava and the game over.
Yeah.
That walk back was direct, but it was like
it was not short.
It wasn't that short exactly. But you did gamble on that drop correctly the first time. I mean, it was like left at that drop room or into the
Yeah.
drop, and it was like, which way do we go?
Man, yeah, that was a tough call.
And then I will call out the you and Dr. J both did this. You both forgot to turn in trophy after P2.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a long race, man.
No, I didn't forget. I forgot. I forgot where Rudo was. I thought it was
Oh.
at start.
Okay.
And so, man, I felt so smart when I placed my last gem. Like, not instead of eating the gem or waiting for it, I just up and A'd saved, and then got the experience while I was walking to Rudo. But then Rudo ended up being much further than I expected, so I had to up and A again.
Yeah. That's I think that's it though. Not really. I mean, you're just kind of cruising. There was I guess a little bit of extra time was spent. We missed Risen P-Bag Cave. It was right next to Nukasudo. You had to walk back through the dry canyon for that. I mean, it's just dry canyon, no big deal.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, no, I mean, you were up. I'm just saying you were up by Nukasudo and Darunia first. You skipped that cave, went all the way south, and then knew you still needed that, so then started coming over east
right.
again. I'm nitpicking at this point. I'm just trying to see, just little things here and there. But otherwise, you were just cruising outside of getting blocked by glove blocks repeatedly in a handful of these palaces.
Yeah. And then I also I think I was remembering a previous seed where Great Palace was just to the northeast of start.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why I started heading after I was ready to go, and then it wasn't there, and then it took me a minute to remember that it was in the Caldera.
Yeah, just as an update here, Dr. J has gotten through Thunderbird. He's taken the right path as you did in the offset four-way elevator there. So he's going to find his loop all the way back to the left side and then have to go down and right. And it's not that much further from there. So he's not too far behind, even though you were up. He only had P1's gem placed, and I think you had 4 gems at some point before he got a second one in. But I think that's because he gambled on 5 over 4 at that point. So then he had to walk out of Death Valley and go to 4. Get the glove, finish that up, and then he had 2, and I think you had 5 gems placed at that point. But he closed the gap pretty quickly. I mean,
yeah, by the time we were in placing gems, that was all we had to do.
yeah. And 3 was quick. 2 wasn't too bad. 5 was actually quick because it was just right at start, just about 4 or 5 rooms in was Guma. And 6 was just kind of the bad one there.
Right. Yeah, 6 was pretty rough.
I liked the double fairy block in P1 was nice because you could eco key your way up through the first block, but then you were met with the giant lava pit. So that was kind of nice of Horsehead there. But other than that, I think that was just it. I mean, you got everything other than medicine out of 3, which again was just shield. The child out of 6, which was again just shield, and that's it. You got.
I don't think I saw the item in 2. Was that the heart?
The heart was in 5. I think it was just a pea bag in 2. Oh, it was a candle in 2. It was a candle in 2. You got that.
I did get that. Forgot to mark it. I shouldn't. There was no reason for me to get that.
Yeah, we were watching. We're like, is he going to pick it up? Is he going to leave it? Nope. You picked it up.
Yeah, so. There were a couple item rooms that I didn't recognize as item rooms until I saw the pedestal, and at that point I was like, oh, I might as well pick it up.
Yeah, but this is game 1 of a 3-game series here. You're taking game 1, so again, GG to you. We'll see if Dr. J gets through here quick enough. We did have other races happen tonight between Gob 1 and CS Tutor. There's Dr. J's loop at this point. I mean, with everything picked up and no real tricks or curveballs or anything along the way here, I'm kind of out of things to talk about here. It was just you showed us everything. There's no mystery remaining. We've seen everything between you two, and I knew we would because Dr. J is he's a very thorough player. So I knew he was going to show us tons of stuff along the way. Yeah, we can. Depends on how long Dr. J is going to be in here. We could possibly raid over to him. I guess we could at this point. If you've got any final thoughts on this one or these brackets races coming up or anything else.
Not really, I don't think. Yeah, brackets look exciting. There's going to be a lot of good races.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's about 22 people who have a chance to win this thing.
No kidding.
It's so stacked.
I think the idea behind the best of threes was simply that we were going to, so someone wasn't kind of randoed out of a win, because a lot of these races, they tend to come down to like who's got the glove, right? And then it's like who's got it first wins it.
We did the exact same thing in the Dragon Warrior community.
Yeah.
And the feedback we got on that was overwhelmingly positive. So, yeah, it's a great call, especially if it's single elimination. Guarantee everybody gets at least 2 races.
Yeah, and you guys had a gigantic turnout though, so that was very busy. We only have 25 people. 7 people got buys in week 1, and so that leaves the other math 18 to duke it out between 9 matches here in week 1. But yeah, I do like the idea of not getting randoed out of a win, because it's happened to all of us. You play enough races, casual or otherwise, you just walk the wrong way, and to no fault of your own, you lose, and that's that.
Right.
Real fast here, GG to Dr. J. We will see if he wants to come in for a. Yep, he will come in for an interview here. Okay, so he's gonna get set up here in a moment. I didn't realize he was so close there. I thought that GP was a little bit bigger, but no, that was a pretty quick GP. I guess.
Yeah.
There was an elevator. There was an elevator there going left from Thunderbird's elevator, so there was a path left. So I guess the rest of GP is in that direction.
I take it he took the drop and didn't gamble left.
In 6, yeah.
No, in GP, that last drop.
Oh, there was a drop in GP?
Wasn't it?
Well, there was an L7 room to the right of start. So we had a landing room, but I don't remember a drop.
Maybe it was 6.
Yeah, you went right at the offset 4-way in GP, and it did loop you around to the left side, and then you just went down and right, and it looked like it was about 5 rooms from there to Darkling's room.
See, these kind of things, when it's always hilarious when I watch races back, and I'm doing something that doesn't make any sense, and you are all too generous trying to figure out some sort of logic that I might be applying when the answer is I forgot, or I don't know what I'm doing.
That's so funny. I'm gonna call out. You did a move there in 6. It was in 6 there was before you found the path to the drop, there was or was it in 6, man? There was a small loop that you went through twice, and I did make a little comment there. I was like, all right, Xarnax is going to do this twice to just confirm this is a loop. I'm sure you'll watch it back at some point and see.
That's almost exactly what you said in my last race too. It's not the first time I've done that.
It's all in good fun, and I hope you know that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, Dr. J's asking what server he needs to jump into here.
I mean, it's accurate. I'm just either didn't recognize it's a loop or want to be 100% sure.
Yeah,
one or the other.
And we've talked. Even last year, I think, is when you first filled me in. We were in a post-race interview, and I was like, what were you thinking there, Xarnax? And you're like, well, I wasn't. And
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the answer more often than not.
All right, Dr. J in the waiting room here. Welcome in, Dr. J. GG on tonight's or this evening's race.
Thank you.
Hey, GG.
Thanks. Yeah, that was a seed that happened, and a lot closer than I thought it could have been.
I think the only thing that really separated you two at the beginning is that while you showed us Medicine Cave at the very beginning, you stepped out of it because you were kind of low levels, and then you didn't come back to it for an extended period of time. That was the key. And Xarnax showed us the key much earlier on, so he was able to start testing out palaces a little bit earlier than you were and got a lot more information there right off the bat. And in addition to that, he did find the boots a good bit quicker than you did out of Hammer Cave and Death Mountain, and that allowed him to hit the east a lot sooner and start gathering a lot more information there. Again, that dry canyon was just so simple to clear that it was very in and out, and he was just kind of in the lead at that point. And it was going to be hard to catch him.
Yeah, and it was just that one, like you said, Medicine Cave. If I had stuck with it and managed to power through it, then we might be talking a different thing there if I get any key earlier.
Yeah, and also came down to the gamble between P4 and P5 having the glove, and you gambled 5, and he gambled 4, showed us the glove, and then what you needed to happen in 5 was that Guma couldn't have been glove blocked, right? But then, of course, he was, so you had to step out of 5, go to 4, get the glove, come back to 5. That was a lot of extra walking for all of that, but those were I think the three things that really separated you two in overall here. Otherwise, I mean, the bosses weren't too deep in, they weren't too hard to find. You guys both had very healthy levels. Not only, Xarnax showed us that the spell enemy was a blue iron knuckle in palaces that gave 300 experience, but we also had 100, 200, and 500 point P-bags in the small enemy drop pool. So you guys were very, very healthy throughout all this. Levels would have not stopped any of you, combat, none of that through any of this.
Oh yeah, I was not hurting for levels at all on any of this.
I really wanted to attack 7.
Well, Dr. J got 888 here.
Oh man, well done.
Yeah, it was just the timing of things and getting levels right before beating bosses too.
Oh yeah, that always feels good. When you can do that without going out of your way.
Yeah, that and some generous P-bags, but I didn't do what I usually do and focus on attack. I just kind of balanced it out more because without having Candle early on, it's just like, well, I'm going to have to take my chances in caves, and I'm probably going to want to have some life for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, on top of that, you had Fairy before the Magic Key, so you had to rely on some Fairy casts and bringing that down from 46 it was at Magic 4. I don't know what it was at 5, and I guess I don't remember at all what it was beyond that. It came down at some point pretty cheap.
Yeah, it was pretty cheap. It was like a 20 or something last time.
Okay.
I remember.
Yeah, but it wasn't too much longer till you got the key after that. It was just all these glove blocks that were in. What did we have? We had 1 was Fairy blocked, and then 2 was glove blocked. It was Fairy blocked to the item room, but 2 was glove blocked. 3 was open. 4's boss was glove blocked. Karak was glove blocked, but that was what the boss was. That's where the glove was. 5 was glove blocked to the boss, and 6 was glove blocked right out of the start. So wow, we had an immense amount of glove blocks today. No gambles. It was shutting down all gambles into palaces without gloves today.
Yeah, and at that point, it's just guess and check on caves and.
Yeah. And yeah, diving into palaces after full clearing the overworld. I went out of my way for so many hints too, and got nothing.
Yeah, we saw that on your side, Dr. J. You were skipping a lot of the NPCs. They're just kind of, they wanted to tell you something, but you just kept ignoring them. They didn't have any information anyway, as Xarnax was showing us. I don't know where the hints were today, man. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't usually bother with the hints for the most part.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah, but I think we saw 1 hint on the west. I don't know if we saw any. I don't know if we got one out of King's Tomb. I have no idea.
Yeah, I didn't see King's Tomb, but I will say the 2 spell hints that, like, I knew the spell. I knew I didn't want the item. But I wanted. But I went to get the hint anyway, just to see if I could rule something out, and both of those helped a lot. Because I knew 3 and 6 were useless for items.
6 had the kid then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't.
So yeah, when I saw Shield Town, I'm like, I don't need Shield, but then I walked through anyway to get the hint, and then that helped let me just avoid 6 until I was ready to.
Oh yeah.
Until I was in go mode.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Darunia with Shield, I was just like, good luck with the kid. I'm just going for upstab.
Of course, 6 was glove blocked before I could confirm it wasn't 3. So I guess it didn't help that much.
Yeah, they were similarly colored on my side, and I messed it up in comms. I was like, Dr. J was just in, or I forget what it was. I said someone was in 6 and 3, and I mixed them up, and then I started questioning whether or not I saw 6 or 3 on the maze, and I was just like, I just don't recall. And then Dr. J was in 3, and you saw Rebo, and then you got the medicine out of there as well. And then I saw Xarnax, I think it's 6 again, and I was like, man, I just don't know what's going on here. I was a little confused. So if anyone watches this back, I was a little confused early on of where 3 and 6 were. But yeah, figured it out in the long run.
Yeah, I kind of figured out which one was 3, mostly because of it felt a little light on enemies, and then there was Reback to confirm it.
Yeah, and you gambled on the fire spell today as well, and it was just shield, unfortunately.
Yeah, everybody watching, at least on my channel, got to see my reaction to that.
But I think what helped in this one, it was kind of jetty, but obviously by final clear times here, it wasn't ultra jetty, and I think it was those glove blocks. But what was nice was, I think, that you had to do DM to get the boots, so the Hammer Cave wasn't a lingering unknown throughout the seed. You had to do that. You got so much open and available to you at the south side of the Western Caldera. Then the east was a dry canyon. It was very easy to just walk around and find everything you needed to very quickly. But then again, both of you, and I would have been doing the same thing, gambling on palaces and guessing wrong each time. They're glove blocked, they're glove blocked, they're glove blocked. So
yeah, it was getting to the eastern continent was just kind of inconvenient from southwest, but everything else, yeah, like you said, there wasn't really a lot stopping us.
But from my side, that's pretty much all I've got here. Again, you both essentially full cleared the game. We know where everything is at this point. No mysteries remain. We did get final thoughts from Xarnax. If you want to do you want to give any more Xarnax before we pass to Dr. J? We'll give you another.
Just a thank you, everybody behind the scenes, tracking, restreaming, commentating. Always appreciated.
All right, Dr. J, any final thoughts for you before we sign off tonight?
Yeah, pretty much just echoing Xarnax. I mean, thanks for everybody back behind the scenes with getting this all together, and see if we put on just as good of a show in Game 2.
I hope so. Yeah. Again, for anyone just tuning in late, we did just say this is Game 1 of a Game 3 best of 3 series. So Game 2, I believe, is TBD still at this point.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. We haven't figured that out yet.
Okay, so stay tuned for that. Check out the Z2R Discord. Check out, I'm sure Psychonaut's going to go over it here in a moment, but ZeldaSpeedRuns.com/Z2R to see any future scheduled races. Psychonaut, all yours.
Alrighty, well, once again, GG's to Xarnax and to Dr. drjayphd for that race. Be sure to give both of them a follow. All the links are in the chat there. Thank you to Mariah for basically pulling double duty between commentary and tracking to help us get on this air. Much appreciated, as always. Be sure to give him a follow as well if you've not done so already. Let me see. Stuff on the schedule. We have got a race coming up Saturday, a midnight race, actually, between Chadbert and Valence. That's Game 2 of their matchup. Channel decision to be made, and then of course as soon as other scheduled races come in, we'll have that on the schedule as well. If you're interested in vanilla stuff, we have got quite a lot going on with the 100% all keys tournament happening coming up later tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern. We have Druis versus MWDA Shadow happening right here on ZSR1, and then happening at 11 o'clock over on ZSR2, we have got Oracle Dorkle versus Chosen, that one in the boss bot category, the first one in the Sweetie Bit category. All that information and the rest of it will be on the schedule, so be sure to check all that out if you're interested. And hey, if you're new around here, maybe drop us a follow as well. It helps support the stream and gives you the best notification for when we're going live. For the moment though, I'm going to switch things up and send you over to somewhere a little wholesome. We're going to check out the otters over on Marine Mammal Rescue, so be sure to check all that out and maybe use it as background noise if you like some cutesy to look at. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Psychonaut, and have a fantastic rest of your time zone. Bye bye now.